Welcome back to Bly Manor. The finale finally made it. You better not hold off on what's going on with Danny too long. Like, come on.
I loved you, Owen.
You're just gonna start the episode off with breaking my heart? Thanks.
What a life we could have had.
Come on, Hannah. Help them. You can do it. Yes, okay, we finally get to see what happens here. Ooh, Hannah, are you gonna be like a surprise hero right here? Come on. Well, that didn't work. Come on, there's gotta be something they can do. Ugh, this is fucked, man. If someone doesn't save her, like, right now, she is going to die. Oh.
Please, let her go.
That might do the trick, actually. Oh, that might actually be a really bad thing, though. Like, that might save her, but that might kill Flora. Oh, that's so sad, though. Like, she's just trying to get her daughter back. Oh, that's really creepy. Okay, now they have another problem. Like, how do you save Flora?
I gave you your freedom.
Fuck you.
And you're letting it drown.
How do you call that freedom? Like, shut the fuck up. Go away. The one time he comes back, it's gonna be the time he, what, gets killed or something? Like... Well, shit, dude. She killed him way quicker than she tried to kill Danny. Dude, everything is so fucked up right now. Even after that, Danny's still gonna try and save her. Like, Danny's the realist, man. So you two kind of came at a bad time. Unless you can help, maybe.
Was that Henry's car?
I don't want them to die, too. Please tell me this does not end with everybody dying. That will not be a happy ending to me if they all just live together for eternity here at Bly.
I'll just tuck you away one last time.
Oh, that's sad.
Go ahead, love. You let me handle this part. Let me in.
That's the difference between Rebecca and Peter. She actually will endure this suffering for her.
She had to try.
It's you!
Oh, what?
It's us!
That's really smart. I would have never thought to do that. But what's that gonna do to Danny? Well, holy shit, dude. That genuinely surprised me. I would not have ever expected that to be the solution. Danny saved everybody. Like, everybody. All the ghosts. Miles. I suppose even Henry, in a way.
Miles, sorry.
Are you? Please tell me this doesn't completely ruin Danny. Like, come on.
Miles!
We're only like 10 minutes into this episode.
I'm so sorry,
What is the rest of the episode gonna be?
So
This
very sorry.
feels like the ending. The emotions are hitting hard. Poor
And he
Owen.
loved her the whole way.
Poor Hannah.
I'm told, and I believe, that he loves her still.
Matching my movements. It's just out of sight. But I can feel it. I know it's there.
Dude, that's not fair. Like, she saved the day. She saved everyone here at Bly. But she has to live with that
At some point.
entity just waiting for her. It's such a weird dichotomy. Like, she's alright, but she's also not. I'm glad they're leaving. Hopefully to start a better life together.
We keep driving. Little time is fine by me.
I guess she is really lucky, though. She has
All those days
Jamie.
with you, pop-ins. She was still her.
Have something for you.
Maybe we will get a
yeah?
happy ending. Like, come on. I need it, man.
4, 5 years would pass.
Okay, I needed this. I like really needed this.
And there was peace.
Finally. Just when I think you're giving me something really nice, you just rip it away from me. Like, why? I mean, why was I silly enough to think that the weight of her taking on Viola was gonna just go away? God damn it. They're so cute together.
Well, there's your problem. Your roots have been...
Aww. That is so
Danny,
cute.
why is there...
We can wear the rings and we'll know. Okay? And that's enough for me.
It's gonna make me cry.
If it's enough for you.
Come on, man. Like, every time they give me something, I'm like
This is
really
the best
happy about.
I'm so
Kill
happy
it.
for you both.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Oh, and he made a restaurant and
place
devoted
is
it
so
to Hannah.
beautiful.
Thank you.
To Hannah.
Hannah.
To Hannah. Ugh.
So they're all happy?
Yeah.
Good.
They don't remember anything about it.
What?
Really.
Nothing. She's there.
So unfair. I know I've said
What
it a
did you
few
see?
times, but like, it's so unfair, dude.
We could have so many more years. We'll keep an eye on it.
You gotta
And
try.
it'll be fine.
Gotta try.
Our union is officially civil.
Oh.
I'll marry her again when we can.
Dude, come on. I swear to Christ, if she killed herself, I can't deal. Not right when she got
Danny.
home to tell them about their union being official.
Danny?
Okay, well, she's not dead.
Danny.
Maybe I should just accept that and go.
No. No.
Yeah, no, fuck that, man.
Not yet.
Come on. She left her so she wouldn't
The au pair
truly
knew the
become
moment
violent
had
and
come.
kill her. I can feel the tears, like, working their way up. I don't want this, man.
You, me, us, us. Take me with you, she cried in her heart. Take me. Drag me down like you did the others. No one would ever be taken again. And no one has been taken to this day.
Fuck this shit, dude. That's so sad. I wanted the happy ending so badly. It just had to do me like that.
Waiting for her lover to return.
At least give me that. At least,
Years would
at
go
least
by.
give me that.
And as she slept, the specific moments would all fade away.
So that's the thing,
More
right?
time
Like,
will
she's Jamie. The
The
narrator's
water
Jamie,
will
right?
wash away the delicate features of her. But she won't be hollow.
Oh, it
nor
definitely
empty.
is, dude. That's so sad.
And she won't pull up.
Big day tomorrow. Let's get some rest.
Wait, is that Owen? Oh my god, that's fucking Owen?
I liked your story.
I'm glad.
I didn't like it, dude.
I think
How am I supposed to just live a life that he's not in?
That's how I feel for Jamie.
Oh, sorry. My middle name is Flora.
Is that right?
Is that Flora? Dude, this makes me want to rewatch the whole show just from that opening scene. Or at least rewatch that opening scene again. And imagine how hard that must be for Jamie to see, too. Just, like, Flora gets the wedding that she deserves. And Jamie and Danny never got to have it. Oh my god, and that was Miles. Fuck. And is that Henry? Oh, it is. It's gonna make me cry too. Fuck. She's still there with you, Jamie. Oh, dude. Right in the heart. Right in the fucking heart. She's still there with her. Damn, dude. I knew the show was gonna make me cry in this last episode, but fuck. That hit really, really hard. So, despite some structural flaws I have with the season as a whole, I think this final episode was really, really spectacular. I almost want to say it's my favorite episode just because I've said before, the point of film is to elicit an emotional response one way or another. My god, that really, really got me. And just over and over again in this episode where you're just hit with these really bittersweet moments that just are both happy and utterly tragic, and sometimes just straight tragedy or straight happiness. Like, it was great. Like, I actually really like how they wrapped up the story. I still think they shouldn't have done what they did in the 5th and 6th episode, just because I think it halted the story progression a little too much on those specific episodes. But I actually really like in this episode that the main problem is dealt with within the first 10-15 minutes of the episode, and then the rest of it is all like the ramifications of dealing with that. Like, Dani got both her happy ending with the woman she loved, but also did succumb to the choice she made of letting Violet in, and the sadness that came with that. And I think that's kind of perfect. Like, as much as I hate it, I really wanted her to just get her happy ending because she was so selfless. I'm a fan of when in film actions have consequences, and in this case it was a pretty severe consequence, but she still got those 5 or so years of happiness, and I suppose that'll have to be enough. It was really nice to see Henry finally reconnect with the kids and get to, be the father figure in their life and raise them. It was nice to hear that the kids don't remember all the fear and the horror of that place. They just remember, bits and pieces, and they get to live their life without that weight on their shoulders. On top of that, all the ghosts that were trapped there and being tormented finally get to be set free. I kind of wish that Peter was the only one that got stuck there, because I just hate him so much. I hate him so much. But I'm also happy that he was not the focus of really anything in this episode, because it's not about him. Like, he had his part to play in the story, but this is all about Dani. This was all about what's going to happen to these kids, how's Dani going to save them, and how is Dani going to live her life moving onward. The same with really all the characters that lived. And yeah, after this episode, more than ever, which I've been saying for a little while now, but this show is about grief, about loss, about tragedy, and goddamn, like it hits hard. Like, when it really wants to, it hits you hard. Like, I thought the Hannah episode was bad in terms of just how unfair and how sad it all was, and it still is, but I don't know, this one just hit so much harder for me. I suppose because so many people did get the happy ending that they deserved, but Dani and Jamie didn't, and it's so unfair. Like, I'm so upset about it. And I suppose you could say Owen also is sort of in the same boat, because the woman he loved wasn't able to save her. She was dead, and he has to live with that for the rest of his life. But at least we got to see him be successful and do something with his life. And we did get that for a little bit with Dani and Jamie. Just, it's not a forever kind of thing. Like, I'm trying to pinpoint all the moments that, just ripped my heart out in this episode. I think the first moment that, really got me, and not even because it was sad, but it was just so sweet and wonderful, seeing Dani propose, in her own way to Jamie. Like, that was so sweet, so cute. But it just made all the moments that followed after that so much worse to bear. They loved each other so much, and they're so good with each other. And after that, we got the moment where you find out that Owen dedicated his whole restaurant to Hannah, which really tugged at the old heartstrings as well. And then the big one of the episode, I'm sure as it was for everyone, when Jamie goes back to Bly and sees that Dani's taken the spot of the lady in the lake, and she's begging her to take her with her. I gotta pause for a moment. It's gonna make me cry again, dude. That shit was so sad. And after that, I was like, alright, I'm probably good for the rest of the episode. And no, they hit me with Flora's speech about how she's terrified to lose the man she loves because she don't know what to do with herself if she ever did, which hit me really hard, even though I didn't know it was Flora yet. Mostly just because that's exactly what Jamie has to do now. She has to live with that she can be with Dani. And then the whole final segment of the episode was just non-stop trying to get me to break down. Flora getting her, dreamlike wedding that I'm sure Danny and Jamie wished they could have had, seeing how they've all grown up and, lived their own lives, found happiness. And then, of course, right at the very end, when you realize that she is looking out for her, she's always been there. Like, I'm serious, it's gonna make me cry again, like, talking about it. It's so sad. It's so bittersweet. And I love that line of Flora saying, you said it was a ghost story, but it's a love story. And I agree. Like, to qualify this as a horror show doesn't even really seem correct. Like, it really is like a romance story. Definitely has horror elements to it and everything, but that's not what it's really about. And overall, the show wasn't really that scary. It had maybe a couple moments that I found to be genuinely disturbing or scary. Like a couple jump scares that actually got me. As the show continued on, it just became less and less about that and so much more about the relationships that these people had with each other, which I think is great storytelling. I actually really liked it. And I think it's really smart that going off of Hill House, which was very much a horror, like that was genuinely terrifying many, many times. Also very tragic during certain moments, but I would qualify that as a horror show. So to go off of that and start this project, which I'm sure most people assumed was going to be another really scary horror show, and then give us this, I think that was really smart, The director's not backing himself into a corner of only doing those kinds of projects. Like, he clearly can tell various types of stories in a pretty effective way. That being said, I still think I like Hill House a little better, just because I don't think it had quite as many of the same structural issues I had with this one, but they're both exceptionally well made. Very, very good. I would recommend them to literally anyone who asked. Cinematography in this episode was very good. Again, I still don't think there was anything in this episode that really shined above the rest. I think the best cinematography of the whole season was probably the 5th episode with Hannah. Either that one or the 8th one with Viola. Those 2 episodes I think had the best in terms of visuals. Music in this episode I think was the best of the whole show. The emotional moments hit so hard. I think partially because of the music that they would use. And I really like the ending song of it too, because if I recall, we haven't gotten very much like copyrighted music throughout the show. If you did, it was usually like background music, kind of like a diegetic sound. But this was one of the first moments I can remember where it's just genuinely a song playing over what's happening. And of course it had to directly tie into, what's going on with Danny and Jamie, and just once again, just rip your heart out. Like, it's so sad. For acting, I think I'm going to give this one to Amelia Eve, who played Jamie. Kind of want to give a dual award, honestly. Like, Amelia Eve and Victoria Pedretti, I think they just did so well here in this final episode. But it's really Amelia Eve, I think, who just barely steals it. Because just seeing how, like, smitten with Danny she is, and the utter heartbreak of losing her, and not even that, just the heartbreak she was going through as she was slowly losing her while they were still together, that it hit so hard, and I don't think it would have hit nearly as hard if it wasn't for the two of them giving such stellar performances. Like, editing and pacing of this episode was very slow paced, but I think that's what you needed. Like, the opening 10-15 minutes were very fast paced, a lot of, intense build up to the climax of the whole conflict going on. But once the conflict was taken care of, everything just moved by very slowly, going through the emotional and the character beats for everyone that mattered. And I think it was exactly how it should have been. Like, normally I prefer faster paced episodes, but for the finale, for what was told here in the story, I think it was a good choice to take it slow, really let the the moments hit you the way they're supposed to. Overall, I'm going to give this episode a 9 out of 10. I don't think it was quite as good as the 5th or 8th episode. I think those were definitely the best of the season. So yeah, that's the end of the show. I'm going to be replacing this show with an anime, surprisingly. Next up, I'm going to be watching Blood of Zeus, which I don't know if you can consider it an anime per se, since it's Western made. I think you can. I suppose that goes along with the argument of, do you consider Avatar: The Last Airbender to be an anime? Which I kind of don't, but it's in an anime style, so you know what I mean. So I'm very excited to start a new show, hopefully one that doesn't make me cry as much. And I enjoyed this one quite a bit. I'm very glad that I watched it. And thank you all for enjoying the ride with me. And not spoiling it, by the way. I don't think anyone has spoiled anything that happened in this show, which I very much appreciate. So I'll see you all on the next show that we watch. And that's about it.